All right, week 5 of the fantasy football season. We're going to get you ready, talking some rankings versus ECR, injury and news impact, and top streamers for the week. We'll be right back.
The Fantasy Six-Pack Hour with your hosts, Joe Bond and AJ Applegarth.
Touchdown! All right. Welcome to the we had a wardrobe change. Oh my gosh. What is happening right now? Welcome to the Fantasy
it's happening.
Hour. If you are watching and you're only listening, I urge you to go over to YouTube and watch these shows. They are a little more entertaining only because AJ Applegarth over here is just pulled a wardrobe change during our intro. So what's going on, man?
That's what I do. So this is part of my get up from Saturday. We went to a local winery to celebrate our friend Megan's birthday to an event called Wine Stock, and it's a big, exactly what you would think it is, like Woodstock with just wine. So lots of music, lots of shirts like this. Actually, someone else had this exact shirt, so that was fun. And I ordered bell bottoms. They did not come in on time, so
bummer, man.
I wore linen pants instead.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were an Elvis impersonation.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
Nice.
That's what I thought you were going
You can't
for.
really see it, but I
Right.
had nice little mutton
That's what I
chops
thought.
on.
Okay. That's where we
That's why.
almost gave the story out before the
Yep.
show. Now I understand why. Corey Pieper, what's up, man? How you doing?
Well, now his shirt matches. Now we're all got like a different shade of red on, so there's that going on. But
All right, let's. This is orange.
Orange?
This
That's
is
orange.
orange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Corey's
some
colorblind. We just found out.
darker
That's
orange in it.
Slightly. I'm hanging
right.
in there. No, otherwise, I'm good. Good to be with you guys here.
Cool. I'm Joe Bond,
Always.
founder of FantasySixPack.net. Thanks for joining us. And before we jump into everything here, just a reminder, hit that subscribe button, that like button, leave those comments. Become an all access member. Promo code F6P Pods, save 15%. You guys know the drill. It'll be in the comments in the description. Let's jump right into things here. I'm ready to roll, man. Rankings versus ECR. Let's do this. What you guys got for me?
Oof, it was a tough one this week. We didn't really have much different stuff, but
The bye weeks will get you.
we'll go ahead and try it, I guess. We could start with the running backs here if you want. I'll go higher. I feel like I always go low, which I guess I probably should go low with this outfit, but whatever. Actually, no, I should get high. Okay, first guy up, running back. Sorry, Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason is who we're looking at here. He's a whopping 2 above ECR at you have him as RB 16.
Hot takes. Hot takes.
What's up with that?
So just for reference for the listeners, who are they playing, AJ? Would you like to let everybody know?
Sorry. Yes. It is the Minnesota Vikings at the Cleveland Poop Brown.
All right.
But not actually at Cleveland. That game is in London.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the 9:30
I don't
game.
know. I don't know what it is. I see
Just
the
so you know.
9:30 now.
I mean, maybe if you took off the sunglasses, you could see better. No,
No, I can see fine with these. I can see fine.
Look, I
just
get
don't
that.
read.
Like I know this matchup is tough. But right now with Aaron Jones out for the Vikings, this is Jordan Mason is getting elite type usage here and stuff that we just don't see from a lot of running backs. So I will take my chances against a Cleveland defense that has been top notch, and put him higher than some of these other guys here who have question marks, have guys taking work away from them in certain situations. And that's really what it comes down to.
Not worried about
Usage is king.
Scott. getting all the pass catching work?
I don't think so. I think I don't know why I'm forgetting. Like Minnesota got behind in that game, right? Mm-hmm. So they were having to like pass a lot for a while there. I think against Cleveland, I'm not, especially with Dylan Gabriel starting for them, I'm not really expecting Minnesota to fall behind. At least not to the point where they would have to pass like considerably, a considerable amount over how much they can run the ball. So I think Scott had a great game, fine, but I don't think we're going to see him on the field quite as much as we did last week.
Yeah, I can get behind that. You have him down at RB 44. Looks like not usable. Someone you have on the very last spot of being an RB2 is J.K. Dobbins, who's been okay often to start the season. -4 from the consensus. You have him right at RB 24. They are taking on AJ's undefeated Philadelphia Eagles.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, really what this comes down to is the Eagles have the top run defense in the league. They are allowing the fewest points to running backs. And I think if you're going to beat the Eagles, we've seen the recipe. You pass the ball against them. And it hasn't worked yet. It almost has a couple of times. There's been some close calls. But you're not going to beat them by running the ball on them. The only game that any team really had any sustained success against the Eagles was week 1, really. Bucky Irving had a pretty good week last week, but honestly, a lot of that was in the air. Week 1 was
that 70-yard catch or whatever it was.
I mean, week 1 was like really the week where you were like, oh no, like what's going on here? But it was Javonte Williams like scoring 2 touchdowns without Jalen Carter, right? Kyron Williams had a half decent game, but they're still doing very, very well against the run. I actually had the wrong season pulled up when I pulled the stats out, but they're still one of the elite run defenses in the league, in my opinion. So I'm not really trying to go there. And I was honestly like RJ Harvey is getting enough work there that you do have to worry about that as well.
Just because you mentioned him, shout out Kyron Williams. I can't have it. My TV's not on, so I just have the background on here and scored a touchdown. I see. So shout out Kyron Williams.
All right.
Sounds good. Okay, so the next man up here is our wide receiver pick, and that is Mr. Michael Pittman of the Indianapolis Colts. And you have him. I can't even find him on your list here. So
he's at RB 14.
Wide receiver 14. That's cool.
Oh, I'm actually highlighted on him now. Great.
I am.
All right, Michael Pittman. Maybe it's the glasses. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Michael Pittman.
Sure, is still not feeling this weekend.
No, I have recovered from that.
Okay.
Receiver 14, playing Vegas, 1 o'clock game. You've got him 3 above ECR.
Yeah, the go-to guy in the Colts offense for receivers there. So I like what we're seeing there, getting a lot of volume. The only game he got shut down was against Denver, and that's to be expected. The Raiders are allowing the 3rd most points to receivers right now, with everything being kind of funneled to him and Tyler Warren in that, from Daniel Jones. I really am. I'm super high on Michael Pittman this week.
2024, Rip Corey is very mad as he had a lot of Michael Pittman, and then I didn't buy back in at all this season. So,
I mean, I wouldn't have blamed you, man. I would not have blamed you. What's up, Albert? Glad to see you. Got Uncle's Head in the chat as well. What's going on, guys? BD, what's up, man? Let's go. Good Sixers.
Sixers, you know it. Still waiting on that injury update for Embiid, but
He's calling us the Sixers.
I'll give you a hint.
That's our nickname from him.
Joel Embiid's injury update. His knee is completely destroyed forever and ever. There, I just gave you the update.
I already knew that. So.
Yeah, Gary in the chat, our new YouTube manager over here at Fantasy Six Pack. What's going on, man? Glad to have you here.
Of course, man.
And yeah, let's go to the next one in the video. We'll get your question here.
Yeah, let's keep throwing the questions in the chat. But first, one guy that Joe is lower on, again, just barely in wide receiver 2 range. I think I know the answer for this one. It is Zay Flowers, the leading receiver for the Baltimore Ravens. Joe has 4 less than consensus, wide receiver 23. The Ravens are staying at home in Baltimore to take on the Houston Texans. Pretty good defense there. So I have a guess I know why. Let's hear it from your mouth first, though. Why do we down on Zay Flowers, Joe?
I mean, yeah, you mentioned it. The defense for the Texans is doing pretty good over there. So it's a tough matchup for sure. And then obviously the big one is Lamar is out, or I don't actually know if it's like super official yet, but it's it's like 99% that he's out at this point.
Next 2 weeks.
We're here likely the next 2 weeks. So him playing this week would completely shock me at this point. And so I don't know how much we can really trust Cooper Rush to do much of anything. I think they're, as much as I was kind of worried about them really trying to lean on Derrick Henry, the start to the season so far, I think they're going to have to try to make that work. I just do not see how Cooper Rush is going to make this happen. Like it's kind of a weird thing, by the way. I like this little sidebar here. There's a lot of teams that have backup quarterbacks, where it's like a very specific style of offense, right? Like you look at the Jets, right? And they have Tyrod as their backup, right? You have the Commanders. They got Mariota. They can kind of step in and run the offense as it's designed. Cooper Rush stepping in for Lamar Jackson is like a complete 180. How is this going to work? I don't really understand this one, and we're going to find out on Sunday, unfortunately. I don't think it's going to be good. I really don't. So, yeah. We're going to see what happens, but I'm not super interested in Zay Flowers this week. I know most people are probably going to start him because it's bye week. It's it's a really bad bye week for a lot of people. We have a lot of receiver injuries. We have a lot of injuries across the board right now, and Zay Flowers is just probably by default in a lot of people's lineup, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. But I hope it works because I'm not feeling great about it.
Yeah, there's some receivers here. I'm just like glancing through your top 36 here. We have Trey Tucker as a top 36 wide receiver this week. And other than one massive blow-up game, Trey Tucker, I don't believe, did anything at all last week, really, to make you feel confident about starting him. So, not great. But
okay, Bob.
We make do. Okay, let's do BD's question here before we jump over.
So, BD, your question here is, who do flex 14-team PPR? Charbonnet, Isaiah Bond, Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Coker, Sean Tucker. I mean, obviously, it's Isaiah Bond. Best last name in the game. No, just kidding. Come on, he had to know that was coming. Look, I'll say this: it's Charbonnet. It is like the easy flex. I will say I am mildly interested in, but I probably wouldn't do it, in Luke McCaffrey if and only if Deebo Samuel misses the game as well, because we're already going to be missing Noah Brown. We're already missing Terry McLaurin. Deebo's dealing with a heel injury, and if he doesn't play, somebody other than Zach Ertz has to catch the ball for this team from Jayden Daniels, who is returning. So it might not be him, which is why I would probably go with Charbonnet, because we know the role he has. And it's at least enough, and he gets the goal line in the red zone work, a lot of it at least, which pisses off all the Kenneth Walker managers. My hand is firmly raised. Enough so that Charbonnet is, I think, the easy answer. I don't know if you guys would argue with me on that one.
No, I was going to say Charbonnet too, so I think you got it.
Yep.
All right.
I'm in agreement.
Cool. Let's go over to AJ's favorite position.
All right. The tight end. Hey-o. Right now, you're looking at one Mr. Darren Waller as your tight end 15 at Carolina, 1:00 game. A whole one above ECR. So you're really buying into the touchdowns from last week, huh?
Yeah. I mean, like the tight end position has been terrible this year. Like, I know Corey and I talked about it, a lot preseason. It was go after the top 3. Don't worry about the middle guys. Go for the late guys. Honestly, even the top 3 have been pretty hot garbage. It's not been great. I mean, McBride's been serviceable, but it hasn't really he's not even tight end 1, even in a terrible year for tight ends. So this isn't
Juwan
great.
Johnson? Who's tight end 1? Is it Juwan Johnson?
No.
Sorry, I thought you had it in front of you. Don't worry about it. I can look it up while you're talking.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up.
But anyway, back to Darren Waller. Look, he came in and didn't see a lot of snaps to be expected, but played very, very well. Did score twice. I know that's going to skew the numbers for him. You're not going to be able to rely on two touchdowns like that. But with Tyreek going down, there's really nobody in that receiving core that's going to replace Tyreek's usage and his production, right? Malik Washington, Westbrook Akine, they're just guys. Like, they're not great players. They're not going to be able to step in and do what Tyreek could do. Waller can't do what Tyreek did. So it's gonna kind of have to, it's gonna be spread around. And I do think the vast majority of the usage and the targets that Tyreek we're seeing are going to go to Darren Waller, assuming he's healthy. Who knows how long he will stay healthy. But while he is in there, I think we're going to see a big increase in targets for him the rest of the way here.
So while you were talking, I looked up the tight end. I only have PPR. I didn't do half, but Jake Ferguson is actually tight end 1 now.
That makes sense. Yeah.
CD Lamb injury. Trey McBride is 2. Hunter Henry with his 3 goods and 1 awful is 3. Tyler Warren's actually 4, and Tucker Kraft is 5.
How funny in half? How big of a difference it makes? Hunter Henry is 1, Ferguson's 2, Kincaid's 3. McBride falls all the way to 6.
Oh.
Just because he's not scoring.
Yep,
again.
That's the
Again.
Trey McBride.
Yep. So
I threw this guy on here, not that you're starting him, but we were talking about him before the show, and then you actually are down below consensus on him, only by 2, and it's like 23. But it's Mason Taylor, just because when we were talking about him before the show, you were talking about how you like him, and then you're just a couple below consensus. I said I'm starting him in a couple places where I took a Kraft, and obviously I'm by this week, so just a little lower. But you clearly liked him because I think you were talking him up before we started.
Yeah, I mean, he is one of my streaming targets this week. He's one of the only players that's rostered less than 50% that is worth playing at all. There's obviously there's a little bit of hesitation, with him. Dallas has actually allowed they're kind of middle of the pack against tight ends. They did kind of shut down Tucker Kraft in that crazy game as much as everybody else scored. They've only allowed 1 touchdown to tight ends all year long. One thing Mason Taylor has not done is score. He's seen his usage go up dramatically in the last 2 weeks, which was why I like him as a streaming target, because if there's one thing you can bank on, right, it's usage, but it doesn't mean that he's going to absolutely blow up and be a tight end 1, right? So you can't score touchdowns. You're probably not landing in the tight end 1 territory unless you catch 8 passes for 75 yards, and he's yet to do that. 5 for 60, whatever it was last week, I think was his best week. So I like him, but little hesitation. I may, when everything kind of falls into place, might move him up a few spots here to like, tight end 20 could maybe talk me into starting him over Njoku, but I kind of want to see one more week. With Gabriel there is maybe like a safety blanket there for Gabriel with Njoku, and hopefully that works out. But he's kind of just in that range there where it's like I don't really want to use him unless I have to. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who have to fall into that range this week because bye weeks and tight ends have just been bad, and it is what it is.
Before we go into quarterbacks, we need to go over this comment here. Was trying to tell my dad to pick up Isaiah Bond this week. He said he couldn't find him when he searched the wire. Turns out I told him to pick up Joe Bond. AJ, can we get a scouting report on Joe Bond?
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Where do I start? Lots of overzealous commentary instead of actual on-the-field production. Lots of Achilles injury from the past talk that slows him down now, hamstring issues. I mean, the laundry list of injuries goes on. So as far as I know this year, he's at, peak health aside from, this apparent possible COVID bout that he was just dealing with this week. So you might need to take him at a chance and put him on your IR for another week until he's off the list. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a receiver, I believe Joe's specialty was quarterback in flag football. So
It was.
yeah, I don't know, a 40-yard dash. Ooh, what did we clock it at when we actually did it?
So speaking of injuries, I didn't run it because I was injured. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
I pulled my hamstring like
That's
a week
where I was
before the
talking.
freaking.
See,
Expo.
that's the hamstring I was talking about. I knew it was somewhere.
I was pissed. I wanted to run it, but I guarantee it would have been faster than you.
I think mine was around 6, maybe under. Yeah. No. Okay.
You were like upper sixes, man. You were not good.
Was it? All right. Well,
Oh yeah,
whatever. Better than I thought.
Like 6'8" something. It was not good.
I blame the field. The turf on that thing was
MetLife. You were running
trash.
at MetLife Stadium, taking out people's ACL left and right.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I mean, I can't blow a knee out.
I blame your hangover from the day before.
Also fair.
Yes, very fair. Oh, that was good.
One position left here, quarterbacks.
All right. Speaking of QBs.
As Peyton Manning likes to say, it's a niche.
This one. What's that?
Peyton Manning. It's kind of a niche skill set.
Oh, yeah.
In that commercial?
Niche.
Yeah, that's what he says. Niche skill set.
But I believe in you.
Yeah. NFL quarterback.
Somebody you believe in apparently is Justin Fields. Obviously, the Jets quarterback. He is playing Dallas in Dallas, the Big D, 1:00 game. You have him -1. Yeah.
So technically, he's below. I just want
But
there's
well, yeah.
nothing
So the
very
bigger,
far off on any of these, and we're never going to get to talk about Justin Fields at quarterback 5 again.
That's what I was just about to say. He's -1, but way high on this ranking list.
Have you seen how bad Dallas is against quarterbacks? I mean, we're talking the most points to opposing quarterbacks.
They do suck.
He's super
He also can't throw the ball. That's the difference. Like, they can't stop the pass, and I don't know if he can throw the ball.
Well, it didn't matter with Jalen Hurts. He can't throw the ball either, apparently, this year. It didn't matter for him. And he still scored 24 points. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident that Justin Fields is going to figure something out here.
I like it.
All right. I'm into it.
One that you are lower on, you have not startable in a traditional 12-team league. We just talked about their running back a little bit. You're just all in on AJ's Eagles defense, I guess, because Bo Nix down to QB 15. Is it just the fear of the Eagles defense still?
A little bit. I mean, they were they were shutting down Baker last week until like the middle of the second half, when all of a sudden it was just kind of like, oh, Baker's going to pull the rabbit out of the hat again and figure some things out. Like, it was just kind of crazy. It looked really bad for Tampa. And then the Eagles decided they didn't know how to stay on the field on offense. 0 passing yards in the second half. I have never seen that in my entire life. I don't know what in the hell the Eagles are. I don't know what the hell the Eagles are doing there.
Not throwing the ball and completing catches. It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing. Who knows, man? But yeah, I mean, like, they shut down Matt Stafford for most of that game. They shut down Baker Mayfield. It kind of, made it a serviceable start for Baker. I was out on Baker last week. Proved me wrong in the long run. But I'm Bo Nix he's been okay. He hasn't been great this year by any means. So I don't really know how much there is to really like here with Bo Nix. I mean, last week was okay with him, but I mean, they played Cincy. Cincy's gonna make a lot of people look good. So other than that, it's been kind of Indy was okay, I suppose. 3 touchdowns. But just up and down with him. So playing on the road in Philly. I'll look elsewhere if I can.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to see if you had
concur.
Like moved down the Eagles receivers. You still got A.J. Brown at 17 and Devonta Smith at 29. So still in there, even though.
Well,
would you say A.J. Brown's been more disappointing than Brian Thomas? Personally, I feel he is. I know everyone's hating on Brian Thomas. I think A.J. Brown's been worse, other than the one game.
A.J. Brown is getting targets still.
Yeah,
so is Brian Thomas.
Bad throws, I guess. He's just not catching them. He's not getting targeted in the first half of games, so he doesn't want to try as hard in the second half. It's like it's deflating if you're hashtag New England. If you're getting to not get the ball, like it's annoying.
It's deflating as a fantasy owner watching him not get the ball.
Well, so you say that, right? And I'm looking at their points per game. Brian Thomas Jr. is at 9. A.J. Brown's at 8.8.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I
I feel like
they're terrible.
Brian Thomas, I see getting
potato.
And I'm not saying you see A.J. Brown getting slapped off too, but I feel like everybody's like, oh, Brian Thomas is terrible. You can't live with this. Like, A.J. Brown's giving you one good week. 2 weeks under 10 yards, right? I'm not mistaken. 2 weeks
1.8 points, 7.7, 22.9, and then 2.7.
It's bad.
I may have called A.J. Brown a sell high right after he scored 22, almost 23 fantasy points. I was like, do it now. Get rid of him because it's not looking good. So hope you listened to me. Probably didn't. That's okay.
I doubt it.
So,
all right, let's move it on. What do we got?
Yep. So I think that's it for our rankings versus ECR talk here. Gonna jump over into our injury news impact here. Start off, Corey. Malik Nabers tore the ACL. Obviously out for the season. Who do you think gets the biggest boost here? Clearly between Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, who's really going to benefit the most here, and who's the go-to guy in fantasy?
Oh, well, I think it's still Wan'Dale is the one that you want to play. Wan'Dale becomes a weekly, like probably top 36-ish wide receiver because that's 170 targets, I believe Malik Nabers had last year. But Darius Slayton shouldn't be on any waiver wires. I put him on the waiver wire last week. You should add him. He'll get more targets. Now, I want to see how the offense rolls. The Jackson dart that I saw was we're going to look at one receiver. If he's not open, I'm pulling it and running, which for fantasy, that could be pretty good. For fantasy wide receivers, not exactly what we want to see. So Darius Slayton shouldn't be on any waiver wires, but I don't want to start him. If you can avoid it, I really don't want to start Wan'Dale this week either. If I had to start one, it would be Wan'Dale Robinson. And I do think Theo Johnson might pick up some underneath targets as well.
Yeah, I do like that one as well. I'm curious though, like I don't know if you know this, like the 2 weeks. Well, first off, Darius Slayton led the team in receiving after Nabers left the game this past week, right? And I know this small sample size, but the weeks that Nabers missed last year, Slayton was like 14 receptions for 179 yards and a touchdown. Like he led the team then too. So like it's already everything kind of points to Slayton, but everybody's thinking Wandale. And I'm kind of 50-50 with it. I'm not going to lie. Like I do think Slayton's was already on the field for 2 wide receiver sets. So he just kind of stays in his normal role. Wandale is going to be asked to like step up and play a role that he's not used to playing. And maybe that's not going to be good for him. I don't know. Like it's a tough one for me, man. Like I put a lot of money down on Darius Slayton this week because I was like, screw it. Let's go in. Let's figure that. Let's try it.
I get it.
Was he one of the ones you immediately put on the trade block?
Yes, I did. Because I'm smart.
Yeah, you're smart. Spending $324 or what did I say it was? No, $344 on Slayton and another guy I believe we'll talk about here. So I'll save the rant till then. But speaking of receivers, with
waiver wire has been bad this year, man. Like, got to spend money eventually. I figured there was at least finally 2 guys to spend money on. I'm going to do it. And that wasn't even a lot when you really think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the worst I saw, but yeah, it was a big price. All right, so next receiver here we have news on is Tyreek Hill with another torn ACL and more apparently. He is also out for the season, and I mean we're looking at an uptick for Malik Washington coming in as a number 2 now. Is that where we're at? Or is your boy Waller going to just take over?
I think most of it just goes to Waddle, right? I think most of it now, I was kind of pushing Waddle in the preseason, and it was okay. It wasn't great, but now Waddle is startable every situation. I think he's going to clear most of this. I've been liking. I've mentioned Malik Washington a few times as kind of a deeper guy to add in some of the leagues, and he's done some of what I like. He was getting some scheme touches and handoffs and a lot of bubble screens, which is all that they seem to run anymore down there. So I think another one, I would put him below Slayton on the priority of guys to add. I would rather have Slayton than Malik Washington, but I wouldn't fret anybody. Like I wouldn't fault anybody for adding Malik Washington to your bench and just seeing if he gets more. But I think the biggest beneficiaries are Waddle and Waller. Like you said, those are the guys. Waddle should be pretty much every week start, and Waller looked pretty good. You know, for a guy who took off a year and missed the beginning of this year, I thought Waller looked pretty good. Like Joe said, the fantasy points were skewed by the touchdowns, but he was moving pretty good in the middle of the field, still big, still kind of fast. And we've seen this offense, right? Jonnu Smith had tons of success here. They want to get the ball to a tight end. So, you know, I'd put Waller as a guy to have for a tight end, and especially in these weeks when we're hitting bye weeks. Yeah, you can use Waller.
Yeah, what do you think about Westbrook-Akine? So he came in, by the way, and played like he was the one who stepped into Tyreek's slot when the injury happened. He stayed in his role.
Yeah, he's the one I'm kind of keeping in the back burner. I liked what he showed us last year in that burst of games where he was just getting crazy fantasy points.
It's 15 catches but 9 touchdowns. Whatever crazy number was. That's sustainable.
That's just a few of them. Yeah,
super sustainable. Let's do it.
I mean, it's not sustainable, but it was sustainable for however many weeks that was. So, obviously Hill is out for the season. I think it's just going to be, it's going to be a pick your poison type thing here. But I do look like Westbrook-Akine.
Yeah. I mean, I think Malik Washington and Westbrook-Akine, honestly, for me, are just kind of like I'm actually not super interested. I don't think they're going to have a reliable enough. They're not going to be consistent enough. for me to really care about either one of them. We already mentioned this a little bit, but just want to get your thoughts on this one, Corey, and what the impact it has on everybody involved. Lamar out with the hamstring. It sounds like 2 weeks at least. And then they've got the week 7 bye, so they're just going to give him a full 3 weeks. Cooper Rush is going to step in. We've seen him play for Dallas. It wasn't awesome there. I can't imagine it's going to be super awesome for Baltimore, but what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think everything you said about Lamar is true. It was I think they were only down 2 touchdowns at the time, but it felt even worse than that when they went out. So there was some hope that it was just kind of a fake injury, but it's not a fake injury. It sounds like, 2 weeks is kind of what I'm expecting. Not this week, not next week. And you said it when we're talking about Zay Flowers. He's not that there's anybody who's Lamar, but it's not even close to the same skill set that Lamar offers. So it's going to be a whole different offense. Derrick Henry struggled the last couple of weeks too. I think they have to stay competitive for Derrick Henry to be as good as what we want for him to be. That's how Justice Hill had a big week last week, right? Because they have to come in and they pass the ball more and Derrick Henry comes off the field. So if this game, if they're going to win, they need big games from Derrick Henry, which is always true, I suppose, to some extent. But if the game gets out of control, I'm a little worried about Derrick Henry. If Baltimore gets beat handily, and their defense has been bad too recently, we talked about it. Big injuries. Justin Adebwike was a couple weeks ago. It was, he might miss a week. Then it was, the neck's still pretty sore. It might be the month. And now it's up. He's out for the season. So your best interior player's out. You've got Nate Wiggins at cornerback out. You've got Roquan Smith hurt for a month. So the defense is bad. Lamar's hurt. This could get away from him in a hurry. I don't know. I don't really want to start a whole lot of people on the Baltimore. You're going to start Derrick Henry, but if it gets out of hand, don't be surprised if he doesn't throw up another clunker for you.
Yeah. How about this? I went out and snatched up the Ravens defense at first, thinking they're playing Houston. They'll just get a bunch of sacks, right? That's, Houston's O-line is terrible. The Houston offense has been pretty bad outside of last week when they played Tennessee. And then I was like, you know what? They just suck that much that I'm not trusting it. And I dropped them, and I forget who I swapped them out for. I might have actually picked up the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are playing the Kansas City Chiefs. It's that bad. But Jacksonville has multiple turnovers in every single game this year. So I'm like, let's go. Let's ride the hot hand. Let's try it.
I like it.
So probably not going to stick with that one. I'm probably going to figure out somebody else to pick up. But right now, that's kind of what I'm going with. Let's go. All right. Next up.
Yeah. Let's move it on to Chuba Hubbard, dealing with a calf injury right now. Currently day-to-day, but definitely something to keep an eye on here. What do you think about Chuba's prospects for playing?
I don't think it's good. He didn't practice at all yesterday. He didn't practice at all today. I don't think he's going to play Sunday, which means, in these weeks when we're talking about buys and we're going to talk about some big injuries, you can fire up Rico Dowdle. They're taking on Miami, I believe. And it's been kind of disappointing anyways. For Hubbard, he hasn't been as good as I know we all kind of liked him. He hasn't been as good. He hasn't been terrible either. He's still been usable, but kind of disappointing. But I think if you have to fire up Rico Dowdle in a matchup, I think he'll give you okay production, if nothing spectacular, but usable.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and shockingly, Dowdell rostered only in 30% of leagues. Might be a little less than that, actually. So
it's less than that.
I would rush to the waiver.
Yeah, go get him.
Go grab him just in case, Hubbard misses, because that's an absolute must start, especially this week with all the bye weeks and all the injuries we're dealing with. Speaking of another injury, big one here. Bucky Irving, still not practicing this week, dealing with a foot sprain. It's not considered long term. But there's still some people I think are still hoping he plays this week, but there's a lot of reports that this is a week to week injury. So what's your take here?
Yeah, there are some talk that he will play, and if he does play, I'm still not playing him because I can see this very easily being if he is active, he's active and he touches the field 5 plays. I don't have a lot of confidence in him, even if he is active. I don't think he will be. I think it's more likely we don't see him for a couple weeks. Then the question becomes, okay, so Rachaad White has been good, as usable, it's a flex option, and I think you're going to bump him up. He should still be the highest rated Tampa Bay back. We already had a question from, I think it was BD, who mentioned Sean Tucker. We've seen Sean Tucker step in when Bucky was hurt last year, earlier in the year, and I think he had like a over 100-yard game. I don't remember the exact number, but he had over 100 yards rushing in that game. And Rachaad White was also good in that game. You could flex Sean Tucker if you're desperate. I would rather prefer Rico Dowdle. There's some other guys we're going to talk about here in a few minutes that I would prefer over Sean Tucker. But I do think if Bucky's are hurt and out, Tucker will get the ball 10-ish times. And I do expect all the receiving work will go to Rachaad White. And I think Rachaad White probably touches it 15-ish times. So White over Tucker for me, but I do think you could play either of them.
Yeah, that game you're talking about with Sean Tucker was a 51-27 slaughtering of the Saints last year. And Sean Tucker busted out for 136 yards and a touchdown. It was just an incredible game, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's arrived," and then he did absolutely nothing the rest of the year. So, yeah, I'm not really trusting Sean Tucker this week. Could he do it? Sure, but the odds are he's not. Like, I would play the odds with that.
I got to pull your rankings back up. You have Rachaad White. Let's see where you.
So I'm still on the fence with like ranking those guys. So right now they're not. It's not ranked as if Bucky's totally out. I don't think it is. Maybe
you have Rachaad White at 20. That sounds about right.
Oh,
though.
I did. Okay, I did adjust it and move him out. I forgot about that. Sorry.
That sounds about right. No.
Yeah,
that's about where I would say it. 15 touches gives you.
Yeah, that's right. I did move him out. Finally.
Yeah, that's about where I think so.
Yeah, and I think I've got Tucker. Where do I have Tucker? Tucker's still down there, I think. Where's he at?
43, right above Xavier Scott at 44.
Yeah.
Right below Ollie Gordon, stealing all the carries from Devon Achane for no reason.
Bane of your existence, man.
Yep.
All right. Moving on.
All right. Next guy up here we have is Mr. Trey Benson. Looking at a knee issue. He will be out 4 to 6 weeks. So we were looking at an Amari DeMarcado and a Michael Carter mix match. Which one of the two are you favoring and think's going to be more of the bell cow in Benson's absence?
So this one kind of came out of just nowhere yesterday. Suddenly it was Trey Benson played last week, looked pretty good. DeMarcado stepped in and caught some passes like we thought was possible. And then it was, his knee's kind of bothering him. And then suddenly it was, he had knee surgery. He's out for 4 to 6 weeks. It's like, oh, okay, thanks for that. So anybody who dropped a bunch of money on Trey Benson, I didn't actually get him anywhere. And I don't blame anybody who did. I advocated people to do that. It sucks. This is what we get sometimes. But, okay, so then you feel confident because DeMarcado has been on the field already that he should step into the top role. Michael Carter, we've seen in the past, pass catching back more so. And then last night he has a comment where how excited he is to step into this starting role for the Cardinals. I think you could use them both. If I have to pick one, I'm going to take Amari DeMarcado because I've seen him on the field playing already. I know he can catch the ball. I don't know if he's any particularly good, but workload's most important here. So now we've got all these guys to prioritize. I would say, to me, it still goes Rachaad White, Rico Dowdle, and then Amari DeMarcado as far as players I want to use this week. Anybody got a different feeling on that?
Sorry, say that again. What?
For as far as just this week, if you're just looking for 1 week, Rachaad White, Rico Dowdle, Amari DeMarcado among the names that we've talked about, or
yeah. And then I think Dowdell moves closer to White if
we officially
Hubbard is official.
Yeah.
DeMarcado, I don't know, man. I really don't know what to think about who's going to get the workload here, because I'll be honest with you, like I don't see DeMarcado as a like I'm going to carry the rock a bunch either type of player. He is like basically the same player as Michael Carter. So it's like, who's going to carry the ball here? I'm not sure. I kind of want to say Michael Carter might be right, and he might be the guy that they trust to play that role and DeMarco's role stays the same. He might get put in the game a little more often because they're not going to lean on Michael Carter the same way as they would a Benson or a Connor. But I'm not sure we're just going to get this like, oh, DeMarco is going to see 75% of the work type thing, or even 65% of the work. Like it literally might be a 50-50 split, which is not going to be good for people who dropped a boatload of money on it, not completely forgetting about Michael Carter, honestly, when it happened.
Ding, ding, ding. There's the other one I was waiting for to drop.
Hey, I actually got pings on DeMarco, so you can go yourself.
All right. I'm glad you got pings, but it's just it's fun watching you complain and tell people that they are a-holes for picking guys up off the waiver and then trying to trade them, very quickly or off of one hot game. And here you are.
Mine wasn't off of one hot game. Now they have like completely new roles. That's a different story, man. I didn't pick up like Trey Tucker and go, hey, he's at a 40-point game. Who wants him?
Nah, doesn't matter.
This is, hey, I got philosophy. The new starting running back for the Cardinals or the possibly new, wide receiver 1 for the Giants. I'm not asking for Bijan Robinson. Get out of here, man. Go away from me.
I mean, I get you're not asking for Bijan, but you're not asking for anybody. You're just saying, hey, these guys are out here now.
Anybody cares? Let's see what we got. All right, we got a couple questions here. We've missed a few here. Just traded Deebo Carter for Tet McMillan. How we feeling? I actually don't love that move. I'm not really sure McMillan's better than Deebo at this point. And so you also gave DeMarco? I don't know if I love that. I think we want McMillan to be awesome. I'm just not sure he's going to be because Bryce Young's not good. As much as we wanted Bryce Young to carry over what he did at the end of 2024, it hasn't happened. So
yeah, I still have faith in Young, but clearly Daniels is the better quarterback once he's back in. So,
especially with
I get it.
Especially with McLaurin hurting, and who knows when he's coming back. Yeah. I think Deebo's got a big role here. I'm not sure I love that move.
I don't hate it. It's like a C though. Like Pat's still getting the ball. I think that it's like 8 carries a week, 8, 9, 10, 8, and 8. Like he's still getting the ball. Like you said, we just need Bryce Young to play average, and then I think I think it'll look a lot better. So I don't hate it, but it's kind of like a C.
Yeah. Another one here from BD. Flex 1 PPR. We got Jordan Addison, McMillan, Jordan Mason, Trey Tucker. Obviously Jordan Mason. Yeah, I don't think there's much of a question there. So
Jordan Mason.
Dowdle, start him if Chuba's out. If you're starting him somewhere else as a running back, I'm into that. But I would, if you're going to flex Mason and then start Dowdle.
Jordan Mason has a tough matchup against Cleveland's defense, but I think that they'll be playing from ahead, and I just think he's going to get the ball so many times that you're looking at 20 to 5 touches in that game, and I think he'll do enough to outscore. Like, could Jordan Addison catch 6 passes for 120 yards again like he did last week or whatever? And yeah, that's possible. I just think Jordan Mason's the safest option in that group by far.
Kyle asked a question here. He was answering BD's. Sorry. Nice. Dustin here. Need 2 flex. Pittman, Dobbins, Woody Marks. I'm guessing that's Michael Carter and DeMarco. Pittman is dealing with a hamstring injury, so you got to keep an eye out for that. So that's a good call there on that one. But right now, assuming he plays, I go Pittman and Dobbins. I'm not there yet on Woody Marks. I'm
kind of feeling Woody over Dobbins just because I'm a homer. But I think
that's the 2 I would do too. If Pittman's good to go, and we can talk about his hamstring here. It was going to come up, but like Pittman's hamstring, he missed practice today. We have to see if he practices tomorrow. If he practices tomorrow, I think we're good there. If he's good to go, you play him. I would take Woody Marks over J.K. Dobbins at this point, and definitely over the two Cardinal guys. Woody Marks seems to taking over that backfield. He came in at no one as a pass catcher. We know he showed it already. He can catch passes, and I think
ball go in hand now.
I know, right? And he's taken over. Nick Chubb hasn't proven to do much of anything. So, and they have a pretty cushy matchup against the Titans. So yeah, I'm good with Woody Marks.
Yep.
I mean, it's close. It's close enough for me that I'm fine with it. But all right. So we talked about this. Back to the injury news. Joe Flacco is out, not injury wise out, but out, benched. In comes Dylan Gabriel. Probably not who most would have thought it would have been next, but it is what we got.
Did you see Shedeur Sanders' press conference?
Oh, I'm sure he's super happy.
Did you see it, AJ, either? No, he didn't talk. Like the guy asked him the question, he's like he pantomimed like he was talking and didn't actually say any words. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I saw something that it was like Shedeur goes mime, and I was like,
yes.
Is this supposed to be meme?
Nope.
I don't know.
Nope.
I
that was real. That was real. He actually did that. So I think you're going to get – here's my plan for the Browns, right? So we've got 3 weeks in. You're going to give Dylan Gabriel 5-6 weeks to see if he can do this. And if it doesn't work, then we'll take Shedeur for 6 weeks. And if it's still not working, we're throwing right back to drafting a quarterback. So as far as what does it mean for fantasy – you don't want to play Dylan Gabriel. Jerry Jeudy looks awful. He can't catch the ball. So I think you could probably drop Jerry Jeudy. Cedric Tillman's hurt. You don't have to worry about him anymore. And the tight ends are splitting. So if you have to play either of the tight ends, you can. I don't overly want to. I actually dropped Harold Fannin. Not that I think Harold Fannin's fine, but I dropped him for, I think it was Brenton Strange, because they're splitting time out there, and you can't really trust either of them. And at running back, Quinshon Judkins is awesome. So until he gets suspended, that's kind of where I'm at with the Browns. You want to play Quinshon Judkins, play him until he gets suspended, and otherwise, no Browns in the lineups.
Yep, that's it. That's exactly what I would say. So there we go.
All right. Speaking of Jayden Daniels, who I mentioned earlier, alluded to, if you will, he was a full practice, but he's still dealing with the brace. Terry McLaurin is out. Deebo, as we said, is kind of dealing with this heel injury. What's your prospects on Daniels this week coming back at 80% maybe?
Well, if Jalen Daniels is in there, it's hard to imagine you're not going to play him. But I do think it's going to be a Jalen Daniels that doesn't look to run the ball at all if he can help it. With the knee brace on, I don't think he's going to try to run much at all if he can help it. Then Terry McLaurin's out. He's been injured in and out. If Deebo plays, I mean, he's a locked-in wide receiver one at this point. And then we mentioned it earlier, you can play Luke McCaffrey. He scored a touchdown last week. He's been doing a lot of special teams. I think you could actually, since Noah Brown's also out, if Deebo's out, you could play Luke McCaffrey, or you could play Jalen Lane. I mean, those are complete deep league dart shot types. But, we've seen Jayden Daniels have success throwing the deep ball. Those guys can get deep. Jalen Lane is extremely fast. He's a little tiny, but those are deep league options. But Jayden Daniels, you're going to play. You don't really want to play any of the running backs either because they just keep splitting carries, and it's unbelievably annoying all three ways. So another team, I'll play Jayden. I'll play Deebo if he's in there. I'll play Zach Ertz. Don't really want a running back. And if you're desperate, you can play a receiver.
Yeah.
Another injury here. Braelon Allen for the Jets hit the IR. Kind of saw this one coming. So now Breece Hall will be splitting work with Isaiah Davis.
So we'd heard in the offseason that they were going to give Braelon Allen carries, and they did. Breece Hall was still the better back, and Breece Hall's a top 10-ish back now. But now I don't think they're just going to say, okay, Breece Hall, we're giving you the Christian McCaffrey treatment. We're going to give you – how many touches does he have tonight? It feels like he's touched the ball. Every time that I saw it, he was touching the ball continuously. So 25 touches a game, I don't think we're going to get that out of Breece Hall. I do think Isaiah Davis will split in and get the ball enough that you could have him around as a top 50-ish running back, but you don't want to play him. But yeah, go ahead and add Isaiah Davis in a deep league where you can't find anything at running back, but you don't want to play him unless something happens to Breece Hall, which we hope doesn't.
Little pause here on this. So Mac Jones just came down awkwardly on his left knee, which already looked like it had a brace on it underneath his sock and pants leg there. Looking like he's going to come out of the game. He's clutching at it pretty bad here. It looks like the back of his calf, like knee area. Not totally sure what it is. I don't have the sound up because I'm obviously trying to do the show at the same time, but I just noticed it happened. So I actually don't even know who their backup quarterback is behind him.
I just pulled it up. It is Adrian Martinez, Purdy? Who I believe. Is Purdy? Is Purdy eligible tonight?
No. Purdy's not.
He's not.
Purdy's
Never
out.
mind.
Adrian Martinez. Is that the old Miami quarterback? Is that who that is?
No, Adrian Martinez won the the USFL or the UFL MVP? I think it was either 2 years ago now.
Yeah, but where did he go to college?
Kansas State.
Kansas State. Okay, I don't know why I was talking Miami for some weird reason.
No idea who that is.
Recognize the name. He was Nebraska and Kansas State for a while. Yeah.
We're talking to a college guy here, dude.
Interesting. All right. Well,
let's see what we got.
All right. Maybe my Rams defense will work out after all somehow. Throw me some picks, buddy.
Oh, boy.
All right. The last one here, AJ. And we kind of talked about this one a little bit already, but let's get to it.
Yeah, we circled around Pittman a bunch in this show, so now we'll break the news again about the limited practices. He's dealing with this hamstring. Obviously, if he's healthy, we've already said he's good to go. But if he's out, are you looking at Josh Downs to really just take over?
I don't know if I'm looking at anybody to really take over.
Tyler Warren.
Indiana.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Warren. This
He's
is
the best
Warren
option, right? Like Jonathan Taylor. Nice. Jonathan Taylor is the best running back at this point, or top 2 or 3 running back at this point. I think Pittman will play. If he doesn't, you could roll AD Mitchell, assuming that he's not a moron and drops the ball again. You can roll AD Mitchell. And
he's still going to be deep.
Yeah, and they're all like that, right? Are you going to trust any of them other than Tyler
Downs will be the guy who you could trust, but he can run more routes than any of the rest of them.
Yeah.
Outside of he plays in the intermediate, he plays in the shorter. You just don't get that
There's no safety in any of the other receivers. That's the thing. Like none. Yeah. I have no trust. Like Josh Downs could be great. Alec Pierce could catch 3 balls for 120 yards. Adonai Mitchell could catch 3 passes for 95 yards. Other than Tyler Warren, I don't trust any of that stuff, though. So another team, it's just so tough to trust. With all the injuries at quarterback and all the buys, dude, it is rough in the streets finding reliable options on a lot of these teams.
Rough in the streets.
It is. So.
Oh, man. All right.
Let's hit Juan's questions here before we get to AJ Streamer, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Juan, should I pick up Jake Tonjes? Well, you can't because that game started, I don't believe. So sorry.
Yep.
Bill Krosky, Merritt, and drop Tyquan Thornton. He's got Juwan Johnson and Kittle on IR. Now, you're good with Juwan Johnson, man. I know he missed a practice. I think he's good. I would drop Tyquan Thornton though for Bill, even though I just said I don't want to play any of them. I think I would
take my chances with Krosky Merritt over.
I'd rather have Bill Krosky Merritt on my bench than Tyquan Thornton.
Yeah, Thornton's not going to be utilized now that Xavier Worthy is there.
Right, so he'll be back next week or after next week.
Field, so it looks like he might be good to go. So we'll see what happens. But got another question here.
Would you trade Quentin Johnston for Travis Etienne? He has Jordan Addison. We already said he's drafting Tyquan Thornton. Hollywood Brown, Devontae, and Deebo. Running backs, Kenneth Gainwell, Travion, Nick Chubb, and he's got Josh Jacobs on a bye and Jonathan Taylor as an RB1.
That's a pretty solid first 2.5 running backs. I probably would.
Jacobs and Taylor are good. Henderson's still
Henderson still hasn't
good. Gainwell
taken that over.
Gainwell won't be reliable once Warren is back. Chubb's losing time, so that's a throwaway. Thornton's droppable. Hollywood's kind of in the same boat, honestly.
He's almost droppable too.
Yeah. Adams is good. Deebo's kind of meh. Addison's fine. I don't know if I would, man. I think you need the receiver help more than you need the running back help.
He's got Deebo too.
Yeah, I get it. So he's got Devontae Adams, and then Addison's fine, but he's not like in every week.
Devontae, Deebo, Jordan Addison, and Quentin Johnson's 4 good receivers, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs. I don't know. I want to trust Travion. I want to trust them to get him the ball more, but it's not happening. It could happen this week. I thought it could happen last week, and I thought it would happen week 2, and I thought it would happen week 3, and it's just not happening. So I get why you would do it. I would probably keep Quentin Johnson, but I wouldn't blame you for doing that either.
Yeah, I'm on board with it. It depends on who's on the waiver wire, though. If there's like a serviceable receiver that you could pick up to kind of fill in, I'm okay with it.
See if you can find one of those running backs that we talked about earlier.
You don't lose Taylor until what? What is there?
Well, so this is weird. So he's asking another one, like who's my flex, right? Who's my receiver 1, 2, and 3? Who's flex, right? He listed Charbonnet in this one. So is Charbonnet on your team too? Because if that's the case, you don't need ETN. Like I think you're fine.
Yeah. No.
So,
if Charbonnet's there, no.
I'd keep Quentin Johnson.
Yeah,
I just really would. So, all right, that's it for the injury talk and the couple questions we had there. AJ, let's get to your
all right.
Steamer.
It's my time to shine. Let's do this.
Quarterbacks. What you got?
Quarterback sleeper here, and this was another fun one because I pulled up some stuff in my ESPN league. So once again, it was Fart and Dart. Jackson Dart is my pick this week. Fart is my name. There you go.
Fart.
Indeed. So he's only owned in about 36% of leagues right now, which shocked me. I thought that there would be a higher pickup rate on waivers this week. I mean, I get that it's the Giants and it's only been 1 week.
Well, now with no Malik Nabers, I think that really slowed.
I mean, that definitely
on Dart.
That hurts it. I mean, he only had 111 yards and
only threw the ball
touchdown.
20 times. So
yeah. But I mean, 10 carries for 54 yards and another touchdown is nice. So I like Dart. I still think this is a solid matchup against New Orleans. It's in New Orleans, so you got the dome. You're not on the crap field, or as crappy of a field, I guess. And New Orleans has given up some solid points to the opposing teams here. Actually, they're the one I'm looking at. They're 28th against the position. They've given up at least 2 touchdowns in every game, and over 200 yards in 3 of the 4 games. Shocker, Kyler Murray was the one where they didn't. But yeah, I think it's a solid play.
Somebody in the Fantasy Six Pack Discord asked, and I answered it. Some other guys answered it, like Jackson Dart or Sam Darnold this week. Darnold goes against Tampa Bay. Dart against New Orleans.
I'm Dart.
I mean, you saw what Jayden did against Tampa Bay. Nothing in the second half. So, yeah.
Yeah, but Dart, if Dart's
potentially better than Jayden right now.
If Dart's gonna run the ball like that, that gives him a floor that Darnold doesn't have.
Yeah,
and so that's huge for him.
I mean, and you still have Tracy dealing with injuries, so are we really trusting Singletary or Scatterbo?
We are trusting
nice.
Scatterbo because he's awesome.
He is awesome. I
the best fullback ever. Sorry, I just got saying that as many times as possible.
I was going to say Mike Allstott, but Mike Allstott wasn't right.
I'm kidding. It's a little inside joke between us and some of the Discord people. So
got it.
Now everybody else knows it. So it's cool.
Cool.
No longer an inside joke. All right.
Who's
your running back?
So we're at running back. We talked about this guy already, and this actually goes against your low pick for running back, or one of your lower picks. And that is Chuba Hubbard's backup, Mr. Rico Dowdell. He's 21% owned. They have Miami, which we already talked about. They are like 26th against running backs. They've given up 300-yard plus games. Rostered is 21%, not owned. So, yeah, I mean, you got to watch the injury. So if that's there, if for whatever reason Chuba plays, but I don't think he will. Corey doesn't think he will. The Carolina Panthers probably don't think he will. So Dowdle gets a huge boost for me.
Yeah. I think you can certainly use him this week against a pretty bad Miami run defense. So go ahead if you need a running back and pick up Rico.
Yeah. Now, the only downside to the Dolphins defense, for the running backs, is they've only given up one touchdown to running backs. But again, 300+ yard games, and the other game was 91. So still pretty close. I think there's going to be a lot of volume there.
So this next one I want to hear.
Receiver.
Next one I want to hear.
This was a very interesting one for me. And again, I feel like this is a pretty deep dive based on what this guy has done so far in only 2 weeks of play. That is Mr. Christian Kirk. He's rostered in 31% of leagues. We've been beaten up on Baltimore as it is. They're 27th against receivers. They've given up at least one touchdown every game. Yardage is kind of all over the place, but mostly above 100, and lots of receptions given up. Now, I say lots of receptions because Kirk's only played 2 weeks. Like I said, he has 12 targets, which is the most of any other Houston receiver not named Nico Collins. Granted, one of the games was 8 targets. The last one was 4. But I think, Kirk's getting more comfortable being back. He could be a nice sneaky pickup, kind of stash guy. Obviously, there's no Tank Dell. There's 2 rookies. Kirk is going to be the nice veteran presence, if you will. I think this is the week he could get another touchdown. Oh, another touchdown against Baltimore. Sorry.
So there's a hidden comment in the things over there from Corey from Wisconsin, who wants to know if he should play Christian Kirk, Emari DeMarcado, or Isaiah Bond at his flex in a deeper league.
Well, we already went through all the statistics for Joe Bond, so I definitely wouldn't go there. But
I would at quarterback. He's awesome.
Had to do it.
I think I would go Kirk, man. I'm not trusting Gabriel.
I'm leaning that way too.
Over DeMarcado, though?
No, I'd probably go DeMarcado. Sorry. Yeah, I go DeMarcado.
Volume-wise.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. It's been I'm up to a rough start with my team that started, Brian Thomas and AJ Brown. So, it's not been a great start in that league. So.
Oh, you have both of them?
I have both of them.
No.
I have both of them on that one, and Brock Bowers, actually.
Oh,
so I was in the championship last year, and I'm off to an 0-4 start. So that's cool.
Sounds about right.
We do.
Matt Jones coming back in the game.
All right.
He's limping a little
Next
bit, though.
Up
what happens
here. We are going with allegedly my favorite position, the tight end. And this is actually the one I was thinking of where you were lower on this guy, Joe, and that is Mason Taylor. He is rostered in a whopping 8% of leagues, which I get, but Dallas sucks. They always will suck. As long as Jerry Jones remains alive until like 146, I will be excited as an Eagles fan because I'll probably be dead before him at that point. But he can continue to run his team into the ground. Mason Taylor, though, he really hasn't taken off yet. But I had high hopes for him coming into the season. I still have high hopes for him now. And, it's tough because the output hasn't been there. So you were expecting to get a lot more out of him so far. Plus, he's questionable. Dealing with what is he dealing with? I don't remember now. Hamstring, maybe? No, sorry. Ankle. So he was limited practice today. I think if he can get in a full practice tomorrow, that helps his cause. But his receptions have obviously been trending up, 1.145. The yardage is not there yet. Last week it was obviously his best. But he had 6 and 7 targets the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So he's getting volume coming his way now. And I think that's going to help, especially with Braelon Allen out. Those touches got to go somewhere. I don't think they're all going to.
He's basically turned into their second receiver. They don't have anybody else.
Exactly.
It's him now. So,
yeah. So I like Taylor. And last but not least, our favorite of all, the Big D fence. I am going with the foggy London town matchup that I didn't even realize was happening. And I'm picking the Cleveland Browns.
roster too high.
They're 53%.
You lose. Pick again.
No. Eat that Big D because there's nothing else.
Yes, there is. The one right below him.
Come on. The one right below him.
In that list.
Indy.
Give me.
If you want to listen to
give
Joe,
me Mr. Interception, Geno Smith.
I mean, I get that, but it's the every other factor. We thought that last week was going to be the break of that, and it really wasn't. He wasn't the worst he's been, but he wasn't what we expected. So this is his usual bounce back week. So I'm still going with Cleveland. Minnesota has gone, 1-1 their last 2 games against the same division. The one win, though, was against the lowly Bengals, and the last game against the Steelers. I just think that this is going to be an interesting game. Minnesota's got a farther flight. They're going to be tired. Their defense gives up a ton of points to opposing defenses. They have 3 weeks, and shockingly, the Cincinnati game, they had their worst output, but they've done 3 sacks, 6 sacks, 3 sacks, 6 sacks. So you're going to get basically at least 3 sacks by that math. Interceptions, they've got 5 on the year. They've got 2 fumble recoveries. They have 1 touchdown given up. These are all things that Minnesota's given up. So, Cleveland can put the smack down with the sack down. So it's going to happen.
I'm just curious. How much research did you put into the fact that Minnesota's flight is longer?
That's the one I was going to be like, I don't know about that flight comment.
That's a lot.
They flew from Dublin, Ireland last week to London this week, so I feel like it was pretty short this time.
Look, they went home. Some of those people went home. I guarantee it.
Even still,
come back, they're going to be tired.
I'm not really sure it's that much different of a flight time.
It's just a fun comment to throw in.
Okay.
It makes no sense.
Makes it fun for me too, man, because
that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Do you guys have the rankings?
The ultimate jokester and the butt of all jokes.
Do you have the roster ships in front of you for defenses? I don't have it up ever.
Yes, I did.
Well, what's the Cardinals? Because at this point, I would play a high school team against the way the Tennessee looks on offense.
The Cardinals
went all the way up to
80%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
they got
I was
rostered.
gonna say whatever they
got
were
picked up
at.
big time.
Yeah, I would play a high school defense the way that the Tennessee Titans look right now.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it was Indy at 43, Green Bay obviously on a bye, 43, San Francisco playing tonight, and New England is next at 18% against Buffalo. No thanks.
Yeah, no,
In Buffalo too.
them. The Ravens are the
So
Ravens
that's,
too owned against Houston. I know we were talking about how bad they've been.
Ravens are
67%.
still 67% rostered.
I know.
So.
They've been terrible, but I can see-
-3, 15,
I know.
-4, -3.
I don't want to
They've
play them.
literally
I don't want to
been
play
bad.
them, but I could see them having 2-3.
I mean, they've had a rough start to the season as far as like schedule outside of obviously the Cleveland game.
Yeah.
But man, you can't be putting up negatives.
No.
That's just bad.
Yeah.
They're just not getting anything here. So and that's me talking about how I picked up the freaking Rams, who have no turnovers and no sacks, no nothing.
AJ just said it. Don't doubt the return of the Mac, man.
The 49ers have allowed the 7th most to opposing defenses, and I'm getting literally nothing from the Rams, who like have a ton of sacks. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not going to
was
Devontae Adams. He has 1 catch. I see.
I was debating on going CJ Stroud for the quarterback, but he's got too much rostership still. But the Baltimore's defense is just a big pile of Swiss cheese right now. So pick your hole. All
right. So that's it for the show. I gotta can I rant for half a minute here? So
no, I gotta go.
Can anybody explain to me what the hell a freaking sack is and why Micah Parsons got credited for 1? Against Dallas. What?
Because it's Micah Parsons. It was against Dallas. It didn't matter. You knew that he had
absolutely
to fucking
mattered. My fantasy team lost by 0.6 points because of that bullshit call. How is a sack for 0 yards a sack? A tackle for 0 yards, a sack. There was no negative. It wasn't a negative half a yard even. It was a 0-yard tackle. And I lost.
So he was tackled on the line of scrimmage, is your argument.
So he got tackled.
If he's behind the line of scrimmage and he is tackled, that is a sack.
But he was for 0 yards. How a sack should be for
Doesn't
negative
matter.
yardage.
Not
Could be like a
always.
foot.
Not last week.
Could be like a foot.
I'm literally watching this game, and it's.
That's why I asked if it was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
If it was or on the line of scrimmage. If it's on the line of scrimmage,
that was
then
an
he
overtime,
got
wasn't it?
0 yards.
That wasn't
but
overtime.
still got sacked.
So I'm playing against Jonathan. He's got George Pickens. I had like a 25.5-point lead going into probably more going into the Sunday night game. And he has Pickens and the Green Bay defense, right? I'm watching Pickens just go crazy. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? Not even realizing he's got him, right? And then I open up Sleeper. I was looking at scores, and I'm like, whoa, wait, what the hell is happening? Why am I about to lose? And then like Pickens, Green Bay or Dallas scores, and I'm still up by like 4 points or whatever, 3 points. Game goes into overtime, and I'm like, no. Pickens gets that like long catch down the sideline. He goes up, but then because of that, Green Bay's defense goes down because we count yardage in that league, as you guys know, not points for our defense.
Yeah.
I really should pay attention to the scoring board.
So, Green Bay went down from
do that.
1 point to 0 points, and then because he got the sack, they got that point back. He now wins by 0.68. I then also lost. This wasn't because of that. I also lost Kings Classic by like 0.4. So I lost 2 matchups by less than a point combined. I was so tilted out Sunday night. Not happy.
That's where he got the COVID from.
Yeah.
He's weakened his immune
exactly.
system. With
I was
he weakened his
already-
immune system. His blood pressure got high. Immune system went down. Got
Oh,
the
it was
COVID.
already
all
bad.
downhill from there.
Oh, it was already bad at that point, but
Yeah.
I was so mad, man. I was so mad.
But going back to that question about Tongs, he's 3 for 4, 23 yards, but a touchdown. So
Yeah.
One more question before we call it a night here.
helpful. All right.
Kendrick Bourne worth a pickup or just a fluke?
I mean,
Pats
if
fan.
if Jennings and Pearsall are both out, Kendrick Bourne's easily a pickup. He's the number one for there when those two guys are out.
Yeah, I picked him up in some leagues. I don't know. Do they have a bye next week?
I don't remember. I don't memorize the bye week schedule.
Let me look quick.
Who?
The
49ers.
The 49ers. No, they don't. So,
No.
Houston and Vikings. They don't have a bye until.
Yeah, it's just 2 next week. I think.
Oh, they have the week 14 bye.
I would expect by next week, though, at least one of Kittle, Pearsall, or Jennings, and probably 2 of them are back. So this is probably just a one-off, would be my guess. But you want to add them, dude, and take a chance. Unless those guys are out, you can use them. But until you get 2 of those guys back, you're not going to use Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. That is it for the show. Thank you all for tuning in and watching and listening wherever you are. We appreciate it. As I almost died there. That was pretty awesome. It's not totally gone.
Sleeper
So,
stealing victories from Joe. Be vigilant of that. Don't pick up the guys Joe has, so they steal your victories.
Yeah. Well, and
I
on the
hate
bright
stupid
side,
NFL rules.
if you did kick the bucket right there, people love the show with just me and Corey. So I think we'll be fine.
Thanks. I just got to get more.
We'll be fine.
It wouldn't have been a good show had I not done the Reddit AMA and gotten chicken questions. Let's be real. You still needed me.
I got a chicken you can choke. How about that?
Oh God! I should have heard this off earlier. All right. Have a good night, everybody. See you next
That's
week.
what you
Good
get.
luck in week 5. Peace.